Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for joining in today. This is the Hot Take Podcast with your host, myself, Stefan Todorovich, and today I want to cover a couple different topics, so I'm going to get right into it. First things first, I'm going to cover the conference finals. We've got the Warriors and the Rockets battling it out, and we've got the Celtics and the Cavaliers. Warriors, Rockets, as of right now, are 2-2. They play tonight, which is Thursday night. And last night, the Celtics took control over the series against the Cavaliers, going up 3-2. Now, what I want to talk about here is, first things first, is why are we giving Kevin Durant a pass for Game 4, and LeBron, as great as he wasn't spectacular, but he was good. I can't say great, he was good. We're giving him absolutely no pass. So LeBron had 26, 10, and 5. And played okay. He had, that's an okay stat line for LeBron. For anybody else, you're talking about a pretty good game. But he outscored the other four starters. He outscored them. Kevin Love with 14, Tristan Thompson with 1, George Hill with 7, and J.R. Smith with 2 points. Are you kidding me? That's the help he has in the Eastern Conference Finals. He outscored these guys. Come on. Now, meanwhile, over there on the other side of the country, the Golden State Warriors are up 2-1. Okay, they've got a pretty good control over the whole entire ball game. You go up into the fourth quarter, and Kevin Durant, for the last 7 minutes and 43 seconds, went scoreless. Yes, everybody, you heard that right. He was scoreless. 0 points. Heck, he didn't even take a shot in the last 3 minutes, guys, and all I hear is Steve Kerr should have called a timeout. Or this is my favorite. Well, Stefan, give the Rockets some credit. Look, guys, I don't work for Visa. I don't work for MasterCard. I'm not in the credit business. I'm in the keep it real business. Let's be objective business. Let's not avoid the numbers business. Those are the businesses I'm a part of. Not in the credit business. Sorry, I'm not going to give the Rockets that much credit. Yes, they played good defense, but all I know is if Kevin Durant, went scoreless for another game, for let's say game 6, if he goes scoreless again in the last few minutes, are you going to criticize him, or are you going to criticize the defense? Are you going to give credit to the defense of the Rockets? I am tired of you guys crucifying LeBron James for every little thing. Like I said, if he goes scoreless for the last 7 minutes of a game, I'm getting 10 to 20 text messages. I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to be tagged in 5 or 6 different posts showing all these memes and YouTube clips, saying how LeBron is a quitter, Stefan, and he doesn't have the heart of a champion. Michael Jordan would have never done that. Michael Jordan wouldn't go scoreless with 7 minutes left. Larry Bird wouldn't go scoreless with 7 minutes left. Oh, no. But Kevin Durant gets to not even make a bucket for the last 7 minutes and 43 seconds, and we don't bat an eye. Why do we keep giving this guy a pass? Did we forget what happened in the 2016 NBA Western Conference Finals? Yes, we did. So that's why I'm here to remind you. So we're going Game 6. The Thunder are playing the Warriors. The Warriors were down 3-1 to the Thunder, and they won. They won Game 5, which was expected. So now we've got a 3-2 series. We're going back to Oklahoma City. Okay, we're going back to Oklahoma City, where Durant and Westbrook and Ibaka and Steven Adams and Deion Waiters and Randy Foye and Anthony Morrow and Enes Kanter are up 3-2 on the defending champs. They're about to knock them out. This is the elimination game at home. What does Kevin Durant do? He shoots them right out of the ball game, guys. He shot them right out of the freaking ball game. He was 10 for 31. He was 1 for 8 for 3. In that first quarter, he tried to deliver the knockout punch by himself, completely eliminated the concept of team basketball, literally shot them out of the game. He was 10 for 31. I heard not one peep out of the media. All I heard was, give the Warriors credit, give them credit, give them credit. Steve Kerr, Klay Thompson, give them credit. Really? Again, guys, not in the credit business. I'm in the keep it real business, in the honesty business. Hey, I like to tell the truth business. You get the point. You get the point. The thing is, you guys want to put, Kevin Durant on the same mantle as LeBron. Say, oh yeah, he's the second best player in the world. Some people tell you he's the best. Well, if you're going to be the best player in the world, you're not going to go scoreless with 7 minutes and 40 and change left. 7 minutes and change left, you're going to go scoreless. First of all, they had a missed shot. They went in transition. This is the best transition team probably in the last 15 years, by the way. With 3 of the best shooters on the planet. He's going down the court in transition. He has the ball, and what does he do? With plenty of time left on the clock, he passes it up to Klay Thompson, who takes a horribly contested, or very well contested, but a horrible look from the wing, turnaround fadeaway, not even close. You guys remember in the conference finals last year, Kevin Durant doing the same thing, passive at the end of the games, after, of course, he shot them out of the game to begin with. Same deal. I don't hear any criticism. But last year, yeah, in the NBA Finals, you guys killed LeBron for giving a wide open shot to Kyle Korver, the best spot-up shooter in basketball. That's a fact. He shot 47% from that spot where LeBron gave it to him. And all I heard was, why didn't he take that shot? Michael takes that shot. Jordan takes that shot. Okay. Well, he made the right basketball play to the best shooter on his team, and he missed it. If he made it, what'd you say then? What would you say then? You give credit to Jordan for passing to Kerr and hitting that big shot against the Jazz. You give him all the credit in the world. What would happen if you missed? If Kerr missed, you wouldn't blame Jordan. You'd blame Kerr. So let's just be honest, guys. Let's keep it real here. As far as the Eastern and Western Conference Finals go, I think the matchups are outstanding. The league really needed this after last year's awful, predictable, boring routes for Cleveland and Golden State to meet in the finals. So I really think the league needed this. The Warriors and Rockets play Game 5 Thursday night, and oh boy, I don't know. I'm at a toss-up with this. I know Klay Thompson and Iguodala are both questionable. I'll go out and say this. If Klay does not play, if he's out, if he doesn't play, I've got the Rockets in Game 5. Hell, they might lose even if he does play. Rockets at home with that defense, the way they were playing it in the fourth quarter, if that could carry on. And also Iguodala. Draymond Green had to play a lot of minutes because of Iguodala's absence. Is that going to hurt him? I think it will. If Iguodala doesn't play, I think they're vulnerable because Draymond has to play a lot more minutes. The rotation gets a little bit shorter. Then you're asking guys like Looney and Bell and Nick Young to be on the court, and they just weren't very good in Game 4. I think it gets real interesting if one or both of those guys are out. I think they can survive without Iguodala. I don't know if they could survive without Klay. That's a real tall task. You know what? And I'll say it. I think, oh boy, I think it's going to go 7 regardless. So I'll take the Rockets tonight in Game 5, Warriors in Game 6, and then Game 7 is going to be a battle. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, Boston took a lead last night, 3-2. I think Cavs bounce back at home. The reason I say that is because I don't have confidence in these Celtics on the road. They couldn't even beat Milwaukee on the road. Hell, you could make a case they, one play away from losing to the Sixers on the road, and then it's a different series. So it's real tough there when it comes to that one. I do think the Cavs, obviously, the role players play a lot better at home. I think they show up. I think LeBron goes Superman mode, as he often has in Game 6s against the Celtics. My God. He's always unbelievable in elimination games. I think he goes Superman mode and they tie this thing up at 3-3, and I think in Game 7 he will be just so fatigued from Game 6 that I don't see them bouncing back in 7. And in Game 7 I think the Celtics will take them at home. So I mean oh boy, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Just want to let you guys know as well, the show is brought to you by Jason's Cleaners, 5-star cleaning service on Facebook. Go ahead and give them a like. Drop my name for 20% off. They do, businesses, houses, moving, anything you can think of. Pretty much they cover it. But I'm going to segue to another topic here real quick. And this is one that a lot of people are going to find a little bit controversial, but you know what? It's something to really think about. And it's about the Celtics and whether or not they should trade Kyrie Irving. Now, before you jump down my throat and attack me, just hear me out here. I'm not saying they should trade him. I'm saying you should consider trading him for the right piece. For example, Anthony Davis. That's somebody I would trade Kyrie for. Hell, I'd trade a lot of players for Anthony Davis right now. And then another interesting thing is that coming out is Karl Anthony Towns wants out of Minnesota. Now this is where it gets interesting, because before Kyrie got traded to the Celtics, he said, I have 3 destinations I want to go to. One being the San Antonio Spurs. Hint, hint, Kawhi Leonard isn't happy. 2, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hint, hint, Karl Anthony Towns isn't happy. And 3, the New York Knicks. So the news came out that Towns wants out of town, no pun intended. And obviously, if you look across the league, no matter who you're talking about, no matter what the trade scenario is, the Celtics can always offer the best package because they have so many draft picks and they have the best young talent in the NBA. So trade scenario 1 that I'm going to propose does not include Kyrie, but includes trading for Karl Anthony Towns. Think about this. Karl Anthony Towns, you can probably get him, this is the rumor, for a first-round pick and a good young player. Why not send him Jaylen Brown and a 2019 first-round pick, which is top protected via Kings or 76ers, and a 2019 first-round lottery pick protected by the Clippers? Something to think about. You keep Kyrie, you keep Tatum, you have Horford, you have Smart, you have Hayward, and you add Karl Anthony Towns. Yikes. Talk about a dynasty for the next decade. My God. Now trade scenario 2. Now this is why I say this one, because Kyrie initially wanted to go there. Now the only reason I'm even talking about this is because the Celtics have not signed Kyrie to any sort of max deal. He has a player option next year. That means after next season he can walk. Okay, he can walk and you get nothing for him. You get absolutely nothing for him. And again, Minnesota was one of the teams he wanted to go to. So you could take, this is just so the salaries and stuff match up, you can take Karl Anthony Towns, Tyus Jones, and Cole Aldrich. Not a bad core there. For Kyrie Irving and a 2019 protected lottery pick from the Clippers, same one of the 2 I was talking about in the earlier trade. That way, you get actually the number 1 guy GM said they would build a team around, Karl Anthony Towns. They had a GM vote. He was picked number 1 to build a team around. You get him in Brad Stevens' system. Yikes. That would be scary. You still have Rozier. You have Smart. You have Hayward. You have Tatum. You have Brown. And now you have Towns and Horford. Oh, my God. Think about Karl Anthony Towns in this system. That would be phenomenal. Now, again, this is only if you don't sign Kyrie to a long-term deal. I am not advocating. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, trade Kyrie, trade Kyrie. No, I'm not saying that. And people are, people are getting that misconstrued. They're saying, oh, you want Kyrie out of town. No. But if he's not signed to a long-term deal, that scares me because he left Cleveland. This is his inside circle talking. He left Cleveland because he wanted his own team. He wanted to be the guy. Well, it's very obvious this is not his own team now, and he is not the guy. This is a team, period, where the superstar is arguably the head coach. The superstar is a different player every night. And if you look at the numbers, if you just look at the numbers a little bit, remember, honesty business, keep it real business. not Visa or MasterCard, the credit business. Keep that in mind. The Celtics are a little bit better on defense. They shoot a higher percentage from the field. They have a higher plus minus with Kyrie off the court. Again, that's not a huge sample size, but it's enough to think about things a little bit. It's enough to think about it because clearly the ball moves better. That's just very obvious. You don't have to be a basketball fan to know that. Kyrie stops the ball a lot. He's a point guard that averages 4 or 5 assists a game. That's not a whole lot. That I want a little bit more assists out of my point guard. He's great. He is great. I'm not saying I am jumping up at the chance to trade him unless it's for the right piece. I would trade him for Towns. I don't think we necessarily need to give him up for Towns, but if we do, I would trade him for Towns if we had Rozier still in that mix. And of course, I would trade him for Anthony Davis. And I was going to do a segment about grabbing Kawhi Leonard and possible trade scenarios for him. However, reports are saying that now the Spurs are going to offer him a super max of $200 million. So who knows what that's going to happen. I also want to let you guys know that there is a new innovative way of listening to podcasts like this and all your favorite music. Go to alohaboomboxes.com for your free sticker and special discount. alohaboomboxes.com. It is a new Bluetooth speaker device where you can listen to people like myself talk all day. Once again, alohaboomboxes.com for your free sticker and special discount. Once again, this is Stefan Todorovich, host of the Hot Take podcast, discussing NBA year-round and NFL in season. So I know, guys, there's going to be controversy. There's going to be, pushback on what I was saying here about this Kyrie trade. But if you just look at it, they don't really miss him. I mean, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals last year without him. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals this year without him again. And just for the record, for those who know me on a personal level, last year I was begging the Celtics to trade Isaiah Thomas. You know what all you guys said, all you Celtics fanboys that don't have any objectivity, that are not in the keeping it real business? You guys all killed me. Why would you trade Isaiah Thomas? He's averaging 30 a game. He's an MVP candidate. I said, slow your roll here. First of all, he seems like he might be a product of the system. Hint, hint. We have a really good offense. Hint, hint. We have a really good coach. Hint, hint. So my reasoning was he's a 5'9" point guard that is 29 years old at the time, and he's going to want the Supermax, which would be $200 million. And I said, I can't put a 5-year, $200 million investment into a 5'9" point guard that it looks like is the product of a system. Again, I am a Celtics fan. I'm a big Celtics fan, for those you didn't know. Die hard. But I'm objective. I'm always objective with my teams. I'm objective when it comes to LeBron and Durant and the Warriors and James Harden, everybody. I'm always objective. And I said this. I said, I am not going to put my fortune into a 5'9", 155, 60-pound point guard that looks like he's the product of a system. I can't do that. He's 29 years old. This was before the hip injury, by the way, as well. Every single Celtics fan ripped me and ripped me and ripped me. How does that look now? How does that look now? How does it look? Isaiah Thomas looks great, doesn't he? That was my point. That was just my whole point. I keep it real, so I'm not calling for Kyrie's head, so Celtics fans relax. I'm saying for the right deal, if it's Kawhi Leonard, it's Anthony Davis, somebody of that caliber, you at least got to think about it. You at least have to think about it. We have a very young, talented, deep team, and it's going to be a fun, next 5-6 years for the Celtics. I think they're definitely going to be the team to beat. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I do want to tell you guys as well, my next podcast episode, I'm going to be covering the draft. There's a lot of good draft prospects coming up. So I really want to cover that, and I want to talk about, a couple of my predictions for the NBA Finals as well, and then I'll do obviously a Game 6 and hopefully 7 for both, recap on that for both Western and Eastern Conference Finals. So let me know what you guys think, if you agree or disagree. If, you have counters, rebuttals, I'd love to hear them. Post them in the comments in the YouTube or Facebook page, or even the Instagram page as well. YouTube link is the Hot Take Podcast. Same thing on Instagram, the Hot Take Podcast, and there's a link to the YouTube page in the bio. So go ahead and hit that link, like it, share it, comment. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Next episode, like I said, draft talk, Game 6 recaps, Game 7s, hopefully. And then we'll go from there. So once again, guys, it's the Hot Take Podcast with your host, Stefan Todorovich. And you guys have a good one. Thank you for listening. Please tune in to the next one.